Hello to my kings, queens, and in-betweens. I'm Valerie and welcome to my channel, The Bookish Valkyrie. So today's video is inspired by Kayla at Books and Lala. She, for the last few years, has been doing like a scavenger hunt, picks my TBR kind of situation, and I believe that was inspired by another booktuber. I'll have all of that stuff in the description below. And since I am in a kind of weird place with my reading right now, I also have been on a bit of a buying binge book-wise. I'll be doing a first quarter haul in the next few weeks, probably close to the end of the month, because I have a few more books that I had on pre-order that I'm waiting for. So we'll see how that goes. But because I've had such a big influx of books, the reason that I was thinking I want to try to do this scavenger hunt chooses my next read thing is because I don't know, I'm in a really weird place with books. I did manage to finish the ebook I was reading from Kindle Unlimited, Make Me by Summer O'Toole. I enjoyed it. It's not something that I would rate an ode to or anything, but it was a good time. That's all beside the point. What I'm getting at is I need to get some of these books off of my to-be read shelves and flexed back into the rest of my collection. So to assist in picking something from my physical to-be read shelves, I'm gonna go ahead and play this scavenger hunt game that Kayla has had recently in a video. I'm going to do, she used a TBR jar to put the prompts in, so I'm going to use this nifty little spinner wheel to pick my prompts. So I just took the list of prompts that Kayla used and had listed on her video description, and added numbers to them. So I'm going to put those numbers on here. I have to start with number 1, so instead of a 1, I'm going to put spin again. There happened to be 10 prompts and 10 spaces on my spinner wheel, so that works out nicely. So the first prompt for the scavenger hunt is to grab your favorite book. So that's a tough one. I need a minute.
2,000 years later.
So I narrowed it down to one book that I have consistently loved for years and years and years, and that is The Peach Keeper by Sarah Addison Allen. This is definitely one of my absolute favorites. If you have not read it, you really should. It is about friendship and love, but mostly friendship, and about women helping other women and supporting other women. So 100% should read this if you haven't. So the idea of the scavenger hunt is that one book leads to another until we get to our final prompt, and that will be my next read. I am going to spin for the next prompt. All right, looks like 6. We'll erase that. And if I land on any blanks, we'll just spin again. All right, so prompt number 6. Oh, okay, hang on. So I think I broke these up wrong. So I think number 2 is gonna get erased as well, because that's the second half of the first prompt. Because I'm a ding-dong. Okay, so grab your favorite book, go to the acknowledgements, and the first name you see, find a book by an author with the same name. Okay, so acknowledgements. First name, Andrea. Okay, so I have to find an author with the name Andrea. Okay, so gave up on finding an Andrea. There just isn't one on my shelves. So I went with Andre Norton because that was the closest that I could find. It's one letter off. So I'm gonna say it counts. It's my channel, so we're gonna go with Andre. Andre Norton is one of my favorite sci-fi fantasy authors. She was actually a fan of fan fiction to the point where she would write stories with the people who were writing fan fiction of her novels. So I think that that's a pretty cool little piece of literature history. I don't know. Anyhow, I really loved this book in particular by her. I don't know why I fixated on this when I was a kid, and it just stuck with me. And so when I got older, I can't tell you how many times I checked this thing out from the library, but when I got older, I went and hunted down this copy of it. I really want to see if I can't find another one, a better one that doesn't have wax all over it. So there's a section of it that's like illegible. I do have the ebook, but I really, really want a good copy of this book. I'm totally being sidetracked. I will try to keep my ADHD gremlin tendencies to a minimum. So, okay, we landed on 6. So, number 6 is find a book you would recommend that is similar. Okay, so I have to find a book that is similar to this book that I would recommend. So something witchy or road trippy, maybe a little bit of a romance. Something similar. Huh. This is so much harder than I thought it was gonna be. But it's fun. I'm having fun. I hope you guys are having fun. This is fun for me. I think I'm going to... I did try with finding this book to take the phone with me and film as I looked, but I just I don't have the coordination, so you're gonna have to bear with me. I am babbling and not getting anywhere, so I'm going to turn this off for a minute and figure out a book that is similar to Songsmith by Andre Norton and A.C. Crispin.
2,000 years later.
The elements that I went with for this was something that is witchy, high fantasy, and the ultimate goal is to save a loved one, and you're also fighting a bigger evil that has affected your family over the generations. And for that, I'm going with This Wicked Fate. It is the second book in the duology of This Poison Heart. It is not high fantasy. It does have high magic, I want to say. It's urban fantasy, but it has that sweeping high magic that you find in high fantasy. Yeah. So basically, something happens in the first book that puts Bree's... Is her name Bree? I think her name's Bree. Yes, Briseis Bree. It puts her mom's in danger. I won't say any more specifics than that, what kind of danger or anything like that. But ultimately, this book is a road trip style quest full of magic to save a mother. In this one, she's saving her mother as well. So it's not just a family member, it's a mother. And she is also having a bit of a romance with this lady over here, this lovely, lovely lady. And she has some darker secrets, as does the male companion in Songsmith. So lots of similarities there. And then there is a generational evil that is ultimately the bad guy, the bad person, the evil that's being fought. So that's why I say that these two are similar. Okay, so our next prompt is number 5. Let's erase that. Okay, number 5. Find a 5-star read with the same colors on the cover. Ooh, okay, a 5-star read. I think I need to get Goodreads out for this. So let's get my tablet. Okay. Let's see. We're going to look at my books. I feel like I should be able to sort my read books by their rating. Yes, my rating. Okay. All right. Okay, so the book I found has a similar blue here at the wrist as the blue that's in the background here, and then all the purple. I think they're pretty close. Anyhow, all right. So this is Stormglass by Maria V. Snyder. This is the middle book in the second trilogy in the Chronicles of Ixia. This is following Opal. She is somebody that you meet in the Poison Study series. And this series follows her and her unique magic, which is glass magic. I won't really go into any of that because that would be spoilers, but oh, that's floppy. It's been a while since I've taken this one off the shelf. So we're gonna go ahead and spin again for our next prompt. And that is number 9. Find another title with the same number of letters. Okay, so 10 letters for Stormglass. So I need to find another title with 10 letters. Success! You would not believe how many books have 9 or 11 or 12 letters in their title. But finally, I have found one with 10, and that is Yerba Buena by Nina LaCour. I have not read this book, so I really hope this next prompt doesn't require that I know anything beyond the basics about this book. All right, let's see. Ooh, this is a long spin. 7. We haven't had any spin-agains yet. That's interesting. All right, 7. Take the most common letters seen in the title and find an author whose name starts with that letter. Okay. So there are 2 E's, 2 A's, 2 B's. So I have my pick of an A, an E, or a B. So I went with Adriana Herrera and her book at the beginning of her Dreamer series, American Dreamer. It has a sticker in it I forgot all about. Okay. Oh, also nice and floppy. Very nice. The first time I heard about Adriana Herrera was on the Fated Mates podcast. She was doing the food romance episode in their first or second season. I can't remember, but it was early in the game. I want to say first season, but it was food romance, and this features one character who is starting a food truck business and a librarian, and it's a very cute story. So let's spin for the next one. 3. All right, so number 3 is pick something on that cover and find another book with the thing in the title. So I have lights, a building, a street, two guys. So I need to find a title with one of those things in it. The thing from this cover that I went with is lights. So I'm going with Key of Light by Nora Roberts. This is the first book in the trilogy, the Key trilogy. And it was actually, I think, one of my first Nora Roberts books that I ever read. I really love this trilogy. And I think actually my mother-in-law gave these to me because... No. Okay, so I have been corrected. My roommate gave these to me way back in the day. But yes, definitely one of my favorite series by her, my favorite trilogy by her. I really don't think there's another trilogy I like more by her. We are going to go ahead and spin for the next one. And it's our first respin. Maybe I need to start writing them on. Hang on. So now the 3 remaining numbers are on here 3 times each, along with the spin again. So we'll try that one more time. All right, number 8. Find a book with the same number of pages. Flip open to any page. The first name you see, find a book by an author who shares that name. Okay, so this has 342 pages. And I'm definitely going to use Goodreads for this one. Uh-oh. Okay, we're going to have to go with the one closest, which is On the Prowl by Patricia Briggs. So there are 341 pages in that. Okay, so now we need to spin again. And we're gonna go with 10. So number 10 says, find a book with a similar cover, flip to a random page, point to a word, and find a title with that word. Oh wait, hang on. I didn't finish the other I am doing this badly. Okay, let's go back. So the prompt that I was working on is find a book with the same number of pages, flip to any page and the first name you see, find a book by an author who shares that name. There's a whole lot of she's happening here. No names. Okay, we're gonna flip to another page. Really bad luck finding names. Charles. Okay. I will be back with a book by an author with the name Charles. Okay, so it didn't specify first or last name, so I'm gonna go with KJ Charles. And The Secret Lives of Country Gentlemen. All right, and so we landed on 10 when I spun. And that is find a book with a similar cover. So I need to find something with a similar cover to this. And flip to a random page, point to a word, and find a title with that word. Okay, so similar cover. Speaking of my roommate and books, this came off of her shelves. It's a book that I gave her in exchange for the individuals of her Jane Austen collection, because this is all of Jane Austen in one book. So they are similar enough for me, since they are blue with a very similar font and flowers all around. All right, so I'm supposed to flip to a random page, point to a word, and find a title with that word. Whisper. So I need to find a title, a book with whisper in the title. Okay, give me a minute. Book Dragon fail. I have no books physically with the word whisper in the title. So we're going to flip to another random page and pick another word. All right, From. This should be easier. Okay, so Demon from the Dark by Cressley Cole. My next thing is going to be 4 because that's the last one that's left. So I need to go to page 50, line 5, pick a word from that line, and find a title with that word. So page 50, oh, there it is. Flipped right to it. Line 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Her shoulder go to hell, which literally. I'm sure I can find one with which in the title. So let's see what I find. Oh, this is the last one. Okay, so hell or witch. And because the object of this game for me is to read one of my physically owned TBRs, I have to pick it from those specific shelves. So let's see what I find. So it was a toss-up between Payback So Witch, which is technically on my TBR shelves, but it is actually a soft DNF, so I would be picking up something that I have already started, or Hellbent by Lee Bardugo. I'm going to go with Hellbent because I haven't picked it up at all, and I definitely need to get this beauty read. So this is going to be my next read, and I will probably have it featured in my vlog that I'm planning next. So thank you for going on this adventure with me, and I'll see you next time.
Stars shining bright